Hi everyone, I'm Katie and this is Penny, and I wanted to make a video about Penny becoming a therapy dog. So I got Penny a little over a year ago from a farm in Elora. I was going through a breakup and we shared a dog together, and I really missed having a dog around. It was also feeling like I needed all the support that I could get at the time. I was looking for a dog through a breeder, but it being COVID, it was really hard to find any dog anywhere. So my neighbor at the time recommended I check Kijiji. Sure enough, I found Penny, and by the end of the weekend, she was in my possession. Now, in hindsight, I don't recommend raising a puppy while going through a breakup, but this is a story about how I got so lucky with Penny. Penny is extremely affectionate, cuddly, loving, playful, very sensitive, and overall just a happy dog. So once we finished Eric Stratman's Beyond the Leash Level 1 training program in Mississauga, I was really just looking for the next step. Penny's the kind of dog that burns most of her energy through interacting with people. And I thought that the therapy dog program sounded like a great fit for both her as well as patients in need of emotional support and affection. And I thought that patients in a healthcare setting would largely benefit from all of the love that she's capable of giving. The Cambridge Therapy Dog Program is a volunteer service that's offered through St. John Ambulance. Now, to be a volunteer with St. John, you need to go to the orientation meeting, pass the vulnerable sector police check, pass the reference check, and Penny needed to pass a nearly 3-hour evaluation. So once we passed all that, we had a few probationary shifts in the long-term care home, and we are finally able to go to the long-term care homes independently. I had taken videos to document this entire process, so let's watch them. Step 1 was that she needed to be obedient. So we went to Beyond the Leash training in Mississauga and passed with flying colors. Okay, so I'm just about to go inside to the St. John Ambulance Cambridge chapter to do the first meeting of the therapy dog program. Now, up until now, I've only just told them about Penny over the phone, and what I've said about her is basically that she's the best dog in the world, everybody loves her, and she's capable of winning anybody over. Even if you're like the biggest, meanest person, she will win you over. And I'm gonna learn a little bit more about the test, and hopefully Penny passes. Okay, so one of the pieces to Penny's therapy dog training is that she needs to be well groomed. So we're going in to get her hair cut. She needs to be well groomed, and she needs her mustache and her beard all trimmed up. So we're gonna get that taken care of today here at PetSmart. So I'm just waiting for Penny to get her hair cut. It's supposed to take about 4 hours to cut a doodle's hair, a lot longer than it takes to cut my hair. So what they're going to do is they're going to cut her whole body. She has a lot of matting. I give her a haircut about 4 times a year, but when she goes swimming or when it's raining, you really have to tease the mats out. Otherwise she starts to look all haggard. And that's not the look that we're going for with the therapy dog program. So with this program, you have to be well groomed. And so I'm getting her hair cut now. In a couple weeks from now, it's going to grow out and be she'll be a lot cuter, but right now she's going to look like a rat. So brace yourselves. I always feel bad for Penny when she gets a haircut, and so I always buy her a toy. That's just what I do. Okay, Penny, go pick out a toy. Pick a toy. You want this one? Okay, so we're on our way to the St. John Ambulance to get her test done. We just went to the park and she was playing with 3 dogs. for about an hour and playing fetch, running back and forth just to tire her out so that she is more obedient and less excited during the test. So the test is going to evaluate Penny's ability to interact with people and dogs, and she can't show aggression. She needs to be extremely friendly, and she needs to be able to be pet. She needs to like being pet, and she needs to be okay walking near walking devices and canes. And so she just has to be herself, and she should pass. Congratulations to Penny for passing her therapy dog test this morning. That was the most intense test. It was 3 hours and she did pretty good. So very well-deserved pass. Okay, so congrats to Penny. She just passed her 3-hour therapy dog test. So we are one step closer to becoming a therapy dog in Cambridge. So the one thing that they kept correcting was her jumping up, which unfortunately is everybody's favorite part about her. So we're gonna have to work on that. I'm just on my way to the long-term care home where I'm placed, and I'm here for a first shadow shift with another therapy dog team. They're going to show me the ins and outs and what I need to do when I enter the home. I think I need to do a COVID test, wear a mask, and of course I need to wear red. I haven't received the uniform yet because we haven't passed, so I really just need to wear black and red, which I am, and pretty excited. So I just finished my first visit, which was more of an orientation to the long-term care home. We were greeted by a recreational therapist at the door. We got our COVID test. It was actually the first time I got the double nasal swab COVID test done. So I needed to be walked through that process 2 years into COVID. So once we passed the test, we were able to go throughout one of the floors. So the long-term care home in particular had one floor that they wanted us to go to. And so we went into about 15 rooms. And I can't wait until Penny gets to do that. We just finished at the dog park to get all of her energy out, and we're on our way to Penny's first shift in the long-term care home. Here we are on our way to the long-term care home. So we went to the dog park right before we went to the long-term care home just so that she burns out all of her physical energy. It's recommended that they do that so that all they can do is relax and get pet and provide emotional support. I'm looking forward to Penny to begin earning her keep after all this time. So we just finished Penny's first shift in a long-term care home. They invited us back next week, which means today was a good day. There were so many people in there that wanted to see us, and we were in there for about an hour, which is on the long end, but we'll try to be in there for another hour next week. It usually needs to be shorter just so that they get an orientation to the home and then try not to make the positive stress into a negative one. But today was all positive, and so we look forward to coming back next week. So Penny and I have been volunteering as a therapy dog team for about a month now in a long-term care home. And we've seen patients with language barriers, patients that are nonverbal, and patients that have a decreased level of consciousness, and overall just difficult to communicate in English. But one of the best things that I've learned so far is that interacting with the dog is like communicating in a universal language. So I'm so proud of her and how far we've come, and I look forward to continuing to give back to our community in the best way that we can.